Welcome back, and welcome back. We are getting ready to make some pollo asado. All right? We're going to use some extra virgin olive oil, some orange juice, whichever kind you prefer. This is the orange juice I always have in my house. This is what I'm going to use. Garlic. We're going to use some vinegar, some black pepper. We're going to use some smoked paprika, but paprika, regular paprika is fine. Cumin, some Mrs. Dash. We're going to use some limes. We're going to use some Mexican oregano. And then this is some chicken thighs. All right. So here is your shot of everything we're going to use. Let's get cooking. All right. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little oil in this pan. It would be helpful if I took the lid off. A couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to put in some garlic. And we need quite a bit of this. So I'm going to put in, I would say, you know how much I love this stuff. I would say a good 5 tablespoons. Make it to your liking. If you don't like a lot of garlic, just a couple of tablespoons will do. Then I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon of black pepper. And then about a tablespoon of this cumin. Tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. And then we're going to let this baby saute up. So we're going to let this go for a couple of minutes. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Just let this go, get all good and fragrant. Just get to smelling all yummy in here. And that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to slide you over and we're going to do something else while this is sauteing. I'll be right back. Something else I am going to add to this, I almost forgot. We're going to put some of that Mexican oregano in there. Just kind of crumble it up as I go. About a tablespoon of that, okay? All right, I'll be right back. We're going to use some tablespoon of, not a tablespoon, I'm probably going to use about 3 tablespoons of this smoked paprika. That's about right. About a tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. I'm going to use a little bit of this cumin. And then we're going to go in with some vinegar. I need about 2 tablespoons of that. It looks about right. And we're going to use some of this Mexican oregano. A couple of tablespoons of that. Not really. I already put some in the pan, so I'm not going to do that, but about a tablespoon. And then we're going to whisk this together. And we're going to add this to the pan of stuff that we've already got going on over there. I almost forgot this. And I'm going to use this again to do something else. So I'm going to get this in the pan. I'll be right back. There we go. And we're going to put that in there. And saute this up for a couple of minutes, okay? All that yumminess together. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes, and then we're going to work on another part. Because this has got to marinate for, I would say, at least 4 hours. But you could do it if you were on a time restraint. You could do this in about, I guess you could let it marinate for about an hour, but 4 hours, you really get the juices going. So I would really prefer 4 hours, but if you're on time restraint, an hour have to do. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I just took this off the heat. You see how all that extra juice is gone bye-bye? We're getting ready to make some more. So that's all it needs to do. This is what it needs to look like. So we're going to go on to the next step. I'll be right back. Okay, we've got half a cup of lime juice. Yeah, it looks a little funky because I'm using the same bowl. It'll be fine. And then we're going to use, that's half a cup of lime, and we're going to use half a cup of orange juice. All right. And then once that cools off, we've got to let that stuff cool off. And once it cools off, then we're going to add it to this, and we're going to add it to our chicken. All right. And it's going to marinate for me, 4 hours. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, our little juice mixture with the lime and the orange juice. This is cooled off. We're going to go ahead and get that in there. And we want to get as much of it out of this pan into this bowl as we can. And then we're going to give it a nice little juice. Yum, yum. Doesn't that look good already? Now we're going to go ahead. I got this bowl here. Let me bring the camera up. You can't see as good. Hold on. All right, that's better. And this is one of those 2-gallon bags. And then we're just going to pour that mixture on in there. And we're going to do the same thing. Get all that goodness out of that bowl. Get it all in there. We need every ounce of this because we're going to marinate this for, like I said, 4 hours. And this is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay. Then I'm just going to close my bag up. Get all that air out of it. Or at least as much as I can. And these are actually Ziplocs. The bags that I prefer is Ziploc. I'm going to give this a nice little juice. Get all that meat coated with all that goodness that we just did. Massage it in there a little bit. And then into the refrigerator she goes for 4 hours. Alright? And I'm going to leave her in this bowl in case there would be some leakage. 4 hours? Gigi will be back. Alright. 4 hours later, here she is. I'm going to put her in the oven on 350. You can definitely bake this on 400. Do it for about an hour. You want an internal temperature of 160, okay? Just in case. Make sure, because I've got some pretty big, legs there. And then you also might want to keep the marinade, if you wanted to base it. And I haven't decided if I want to base this a little bit more. It's just a see-as-you-go kind of situation for me. So, I'm going to let her go for 30 minutes. I'll come back, let you see what she looks like, and let you know whether or not we're going to use a little bit more of that marinade. You'd rather have it and not need it than throw it out and not have it. Okay? One of my mom's favorite things. You'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay. All right. So, in the oven she goes. And this is what she looks like 30 minutes in. Okay? I'm going to go back in for 30 more minutes. And this is where I say if you want to, you can put the marinade on. But I'm really debating. I go back and forth every time I make this. And I'm just going to leave her alone. The flavors are packed in there, especially if you let it marinate for 4 hours. I don't make it too, but you can't mess this dish up, I'm telling you. So, and it's a great for grilling as well. Oh, throw this on the grill and then keep using that marinade to keep it nice and, oh yeah. Okay, so this is a perfect griller. Okay, all right, so I'm going to put it back in for 30 more minutes, but this is a good time if you want to put some more marinade on there. This is where you do it. All right, look at that. Okay, so back in the oven, 30 more minutes. She'll be done and ready to eat. All right, I'm going in. And here is our finished product. Yum, yum, and yum. Look at that. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll see Gigi on the next one. Take care, you guys.